Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be going over a 2022 Ford Raptor with the 35 package. First and foremost, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Ford Lincoln here in Provo for giving me some time with the truck. Check out the inventory in the description down below. And then on a side note, I just released my car buying course, so if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to that in the description down below as well. Let's get into the video. So under the hood, we have a twin-turbo 3.5 liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 450 horsepower and then 510 pound-feet of torque, with fuel economy being 15 around town and then 18 on the highway. Now let's go over the front end of the Raptor. So first off, we have the venting here in the center, which looks really cool. Got the Raptor logo there off to the side. Notice we've got the marker lights here in the center, and then we've got the LED accent light off to the side, also finished in orange to match the marker lights. And we have the rigid fog lights. As you guys can see, you do get covers for the one side, but obviously you can just take that off if you want. Parking sensors here all along the bottom with the blacked out tow hooks on the bottom as well. Got the camera there below the Ford logo that is massive. And if you guys are wondering, those accent pieces are kind of like in metallic gray, and this thing just looks sinister in black. Coming around the side here, you've got 35s wrapped around 17-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear. This one has the bead lock capable wheels, which I think look absolutely fantastic. Has that cool off-roader type appearance. And then here's a quick look at the front suspension. We've got the new live valve from Fox. You can kind of see the orange with the shock, and then just look how aggressive the tires are. Now we've got 14 inches of travel here in the front and then 15 inches in the back here with the 35 package. Off-road side step. Notice that you've got the venting there on the side, and then we'll take a few steps back so you guys can see the full side view of the truck. I think it looks great. And then obviously oversized fender flares, which have been a little bit controversial with the Gen 3 because the fender's a little bit smaller than the fender flare, rather is larger. Anyways, popping here, again you can see the newest version of live valve. We've got the 5-link coil suspension here in the back end, and there you go. So here's our key fob. We have our unlock, lock, remote start, and then the drop down for the tailgate. And while that is dropping down, we have a payload capacity of 1,181 pounds with the Raptor. You guys can see here, we've got all the measuring tables here on the back. Got the LED lights here in the bed as well. We've got the outlet on top of that. And then you guys can see we've got the LED cargo light with the camera there at the top. You can get a bed liner from the factory, but it's also easy to add after the fact. This one has Ford's bed step system, and it raises up by itself because, you know, fancy, right? Now let's finish things up here with the rear. So you guys can see here we've got the LED lights, and then we've got the giant Ford logo here on the back with our F-150 badge. You got the Raptor badge, all that fun stuff. Parking sensors along the bottom with the exhaust tips. Towing capacity is over 8,000 pounds with the new Gen 3 Raptor, and yeah, this thing just looks good from every single angle. And also, of course, we got to show the lights. So give me a second here. There you go. So you guys can see what the lights look like while they're on with the marker light and all that fun stuff. Here's the door panel in the rear. Notice we've got the kind of like denim-like material here at the top, and then the stitching that goes throughout, and then down below that same stitching with the leather. You guys can see this one's got the carbon fiber. Bang & Olufsen sound system, and then here are these seats. So again, full leather seats here. You've got the Alcantara inserts on either side, and then the perforated leather here in the center portion. And then you guys can see you've got heated seats, you've got all the charging ports, all that fun stuff. There is under seat storage on top of that. And then that's for the cargo tie downs in the bed. And then the off-road side steps make getting in and out very easy. So you guys can see legroom and headroom as well. And here's the armrest cup holder situation. So spacious back here. Let's head to the front. Here's a door panel at the front. You guys can see same as what you have in the rear from a material standpoint. We've got all of our window controls here with our mirror controls. Memory seats, there's 3 different settings. More carbon fiber trim. Got blind spot mounting for the mirrors. And then again, speaker for the Bang & Olufsen sound system. Ford Performance right there. And then you can see you've got the speaker here in the headrest. Got the Raptor logo down below. And then again with the leather and then the Alcantara. Sorry about my shadow, you can't see it very well. Alcantara on either side. And you can see just how plush all this is. Power adjustments for the seat right there, and then you can see the pedals just down below. We have our pedal adjustment here. We've got our parking brake, got the light controls, mirror lights on either side. This is for the outlets to turn everything on in the bed. You've got the tailgate drop down, And finally, we've got the steering wheel adjustment, which is power. And look at those pedals, beautiful. But let's pop in. So here's our steering wheel with the Raptor. You've got the code orange there at the top for the marker. Beautiful leather all around. You guys can see the darker stitching there on the center. The grips on the steering wheel with the Raptor are fantastic. Got paddle shifters there on either side. And we have all of our cruise controls right here. So it has adaptive cruise control, all that fun stuff. And notice we have an R right there now. And that's for my mode settings. So you guys can press that and you can see what everything's set for your mode. So that's new for 2022. That's definitely a cool feature. And I wonder if this is like a hint at what the Raptor R is gonna have, because it has an R on it. Anyways, on the other side, you got like the different adjustments for like the steering, suspension, exhaust. So you can see the different modes for the steering. You've got normal, comfort, sport, and then off-road, and then suspension, normal, sport, and off-road. And then exhaust, we have normal, sport, Baja, and quiet that you can shift between. Got the Raptor logo there at the bottom. Obviously, again, the paddle shifters. But yeah, that's the steering wheel setup. So here is the center gauge cluster. You guys can see it's a full digital gauge cluster, and I'm just kidding. I had to make a point. Anyways, you guys can see everything here. So like we can go to like trip fuel economy, for example, and you can see that fun stuff. This truck hasn't really been driven, so not accurate, but you can go through that. We have some different drive modes we can go through. Normal, off-road, Baja, and then a rock crawl. And then the other side, we've got our sport, tow haul, and then we have our slippery that you can go between. It shows a little Raptor going to the different drive modes, which is pretty cool. And whew, we're safe now. Here at the top, we got a bunch of controls. So we have our auto stop start. This is for the camera system, the parking assist. We've got this for the hazard light, stability control, and then we've got kind of like our off-road cruise control setting. That's all at the top of the infotainment system. Now here's the infotainment system itself. First off, we pop into reverse. We do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel, and there's a zoom function with the camera as well. Bunch of different viewpoints here with the camera, including the bed cam. And then notice that you've got the zoom in right here for the receiver hitch now, which is pretty cool. And so from a camera perspective, you're solid. If you press the camera button, it'll pop on with the front camera. So if you're pulling into a parking space, that'll help out. As for the rest of the infotainment system, it's a 12-inch display. I haven't really noticed any changes with this. Notice we got a trail turn assist there for 2022. So you've got like the side screen, you've got the center screen, which is very responsive, and it's great. So there you go. Analog controls for the radio, climate controls down below. This has a dual zone climate, has heated and cooled seats, and it looks like the climate controls look a little bit different for 2022. Trailer brake controls, you got our 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low, and then 4-wheel auto. Locker in the rear, and then again just the overall drive mode select. And we press this, we got our carbon fiber, and then you guys can see here with the wireless phone charger, you got the USB ports, all that fun stuff. A couple cup holders, we got the shifter, which does the fold down function. And this particular one does have the workbench center console. You can see the leather padding here, and then the stitching throughout. And then here's a quick look at the rest of the center console. And got the dual glove box with the window sticker, which we'll go over in a minute. And you guys can see carbon fiber on the outside of the glove box, and then you can see the padding here on the dash is the same thing at the top of the door panel. And then finishing things here at the very top, you guys can see here with the sunglass holder, auxiliary switches as well. Full panoramic sunroof on this one. Got the power sliding window as well. Controls for the sunroof are right here at the top, universal garage door openers, and let's get into the window sticker. So here's our window sticker for this 2022 Raptor. So you guys can see the standard equipment, and look how they like pop at the first thing. 5-link rear suspension. So they know, or so they let you guys know rather, that they got the new coil suspension system. You can see the fuel economy over here. And then the equipment on this particular one, so we've got the 801A group, which pretty much makes it fully loaded. And then you can see the other optional equipment added to this one as well, like the sunroof, all that fun stuff, and then the beadlock capable wheels. And so you can see the base price here, just over $65,000, and then after all of the options and destination, we have our total MSRP $77,905, which is pretty crazy because a Gen 2 Raptor that was loaded up like this was probably about like what, 3 or 4 grand less expensive, which is a big chunk of change, but this truck is like so much better than a Gen 2 in like every single aspect. Maybe not looks to some people, but every other aspect from a performance and driving perspective. And so it's crazy that the price hasn't jumped up a crazy amount, even though it's still a very expensive truck. Now, before we cap off today's video, I want you guys to let me know if you like this particular spec on the Gen 3. I think this looks absolutely fantastic. Again, with the 35s that are standard, but yeah, the beadlock capable wheels and then being all blacked out. I don't know, I think it's just a really good looking truck, but let me know what you guys think about it. That's gonna sum things up for our video on this 2022 Gen 3 Ford Raptor. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Ford Lincoln here in Provo for giving me some time with the Raptor. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I'll see you guys in the next video.